it took 10 years to become a client. Can you believe that? I'm not joking. This is a true story. We recently had a new client join our coaching program, and I was having a kickoff conversation with them, and they shared with me, they said, I've actually been following your work for 10 years. Now, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. And some of you might be thinking, well, were you upset? Like, why did it take him so long to become a client? He's a great guy, very accomplished, very good at what he does. But I wasn't upset at all. In fact, I was happy. Why? Because what it told me is that we had done a great job in staying top of mind with this person for 10 years, right? And the other thing that I took from this is a lesson. And this is why I'm making this video here today to share with you, is that I see far too many people who give up way too early. And so, let me back up for just a moment, right? Most of your business is going to come from the follow-up that you do, as I've talked about in other videos and content before. It's not about that initial outreach. It's about what you do from initial outreach or initial contact, right, until someone actually becomes a client. And then, of course, you serve and you add great value and help them to get a great result. But most of the new clients that you get, right, is going to come from the follow-up that you do. And we've had clients that come into our world after listening to our podcast or reading books or articles or whatever it might be, and they've been doing that for 12 months or 24 months or 36 months or 5 years or 10 years in this case. I'd never before heard 10 years, which is why it made me smile. It's like, wow, that's amazing, 10 years. It's like you're part of the family already. So, but back to what I want to share with you here today. So what this said to me is, think about how many opportunities we had over a 10-year period to stop communicating with this person, right? It would have been so easy to say, oh, 1 year went by and he's been reading our newsletter, or he's been listening to the podcast or videos or whatever it was, and yeah, he's not interested, he hasn't signed up, he hasn't bought anything, must not be a good fit. That's just 1 year in. Could have done that at 2 years, at 3 years, at 4 years, but we didn't, right? What did we do? We kept putting out valuable information, content, ideas, audio, videos, podcasts, all kinds of different experiences and kind of intellectual property or thoughts that we had that we believe the consulting community would find to be beneficial. And what we've seen as a result of that is that many people will be in our world for as long as it takes for them to feel comfortable, and then they'll reach out, right, when that time is right for them. And we totally get that, because that's our approach. We don't want to pressure people. We simply want to be present. We want to be visible. We want to add value. And we know that because we have the long term, in mind, we're not hunting for a quick transaction. We're in this, we've been doing this now for 11 years in terms of consulting success. I've been consulting for about 21 years. It's crazy how time flies, but it's the long-term vision. And kind of long-term mindset and long-term application. So back to this client, right? We had so many opportunities to stop getting in front of him, to stop communicating with him and with many others, but we didn't. We kept going. And to me, that was something to celebrate. And so right away when this happened, I shared this story with other clients. Of course, I kept the person's name confidential, although I'm so happy to have him as a client and he's a great guy. But it's an opportunity, I think, for everyone, is to look at, like, right now, what are you doing with your follow-up? How long are you following up with people? How are you judging, and when are you judging whether there's potential or not? But 10 years is what it took in this instance. But I think it's a massive opportunity for you, for everyone, really, to look at their business and to think, well, what asset, what steps can you put in place so that you are able to create content, ideas. Essentially, you're able to stay top of mind with your ideal clients for the long term. And so, of course, it may not be feasible to stay in touch one-to-one with hundreds and hundreds of clients, but you can do that through an email newsletter. You can use videos, you can use a podcast, you can use technology to help you to send out emails to hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people at one time. There's no excuse to stop doing your follow-up, and especially when the majority of your business comes from that. It's worthwhile paying attention. So the action item here for you today, what I want to respectfully encourage you to think about and to look at is, what kind of follow-up are you doing, and how long are you doing it for, and when are you deciding whether to stop or not? But we've seen many situations or instances where it can take not just 1 year, but many years for people to reach out. Some will reach out right away because they know they need help and it all makes sense for them, but others will take longer, and that's totally fine. So I just want to make a quick video about that 10-year experience because I think there's a lesson in this for everyone. So I wanted to share it with you. Have a great day.